Welcome back to Controller Brigade. We're still listening to this bitch.
The other person.
Every
day after I finish my guard duties, I have one other important job to do.
What?
I go through the photos recorded on the security computer and check them. Okay, makes sense. I throw out any photos that aren't suspicious looking, you see. Oh.
Bruh.
Come to think of it, now I remember throwing out one photo that day. Okay.
Miss Oldbag, this is the first time I've heard of this.
It's first everybody's heard of it.
I inserted a word, but who cares?
Well, of course, Sonny, I've only just remembered it.
Bitch!
Right. Anyway. Mr. Wright, please begin the cross-examination.
Well, I'd say this was a turn for the unexpected, but I kind of expected this.
Why does she look like that?
She's fed up with this bitch.
Alright, every day after church, we're gonna have one other important topic. Yep. Okay, makes sense.
Yeah, why the fuck?
How exactly do you determine what isn't suspicious looking? Oh, you can tell by looking at their faces for the most part.
Bruh.
Bruh.
Don't. That was.
No, I was trying to figure out the word for it. You know, it's like you have a. I don't want to say premeditated, but it's something that's like psychological that you just develop over time, and like you have.
Like fucking 12 Angry Men.
Yeah, it's like you have a natural
bias.
Yeah. A natural disposition towards specific people to be more suspicious. For the most part. This is a murder trial, Miss Oldbag. Well, I didn't touch that suspicious-looking Will Powers' photo, did I?
Jesus Christ.
I think she's missing the point. Why?
Yeah, what was it and why?
Excuse me. Well, who in the heck was in the photo you erased? Who in the hecky?
Who in the heck was in that photo you erased, Missy?
Humph. A fanboy.
Femboy? Femboy and cum. Anyways.
Fanboy. Still, samurai fanboys, real freaks if you ask me. Uh-oh. They get information about the rehearsals from gosh knows where. They're always hanging about. One was there that day. Wait a second. Didn't you just say no one else could get in?
Yeah, so how'd they get in, idiot?
I locked the main gate so no one could get in. Those were your words. Well, if you must know, there's a drain that goes into the employee area. Yeah, it was open.
Oh, the one we found, yeah.
The grate has been loose for a while. Yeah, maybe because people keep on fucking punching it. It leads outside and, well, that's where they come in. They come in through the drain?
Ew.
I told you they were freaks. Oh, and? They're kids, children, whippersnappers. What do you consider kids? Kids? So on the photo that you erased, it was a boy, probably 2nd or 3rd grade. What? Order?
Yeah.
Let me get this straight. You saw 2 people pass by the gate on their way to the studios that day. One was a steel samurai, dragging his leg. The other was a boy who looked to be in about 2nd or 3rd grade. Oh yes, well, we see his type there every day. Can't stop him, can't catch him.
A boy in 2nd or 3rd grade. Mamma mia! I assume it would be hard, if not impossible, for a young boy to wield the samurai spear.
Whoa! That is quite a jump there, Edgeworth.
Yeah. I mean...
Impossible, I'd think. It's quite heavy. Right, as I said, it didn't pay much of my mama.
Would it be, though? Because I feel
pay
like
him
props
much
have to
mind.
be designed not to hurt people.
Yeah. Yeah. Wait, what? Yeah, it's like, I mean, that's why they use, like,
Yeah.
they usually use they make them look realistic, but it's like what you see in the fucking joke shops where, like, the knife, like, goes inside the hinge.
Yeah.
Handle thing.
The hinge.
The hinge.
Yeah.
One has a hinge in it.
I mean, it sure does.
That's why I erased the data.
Nick, what's going on?
She just tuned fucking everything out
Yeah.
because she does not want to listen to her anymore.
I mean, the boy was there. That makes him a suspect.
He makes him sus.
Sus.
Yeah, and they're already trying to unsuspect him. This court will now take a 5-minute recess to figure out what the fuck this bitch just said.
Yeah, we need some time to mull over that.
I want the defense and the prosecution to consider this new information. And no forgetting vital information from this time. Okay.
Yes, Your Honor.
October 18th, 11:08 a.m. Were we only in there for like 8 minutes? Or was it an hour and 8 minutes?
I can't remember.
I don't know if we started at 10 or 11.
That definitely wasn't only 8 minutes, so I'm assuming
not.
10.
Mr. Powers?
Yes?
Tell me straight. Were you really in your dressing room? You didn't go to the studio?
I didn't go to the studio. I was sleeping honest. So who was the steel samurai in that security photo? How should I know? The steel samurai costume was off in the corner of the dressing room.
Is it there now?
Anyone could have walked in and taken it, really.
Yeah, and he was asleep, so he wouldn't have seen. Oh.
What? You should take better care of that stuff. I couldn't imagine anyone would want to steal a steel samurai costume.
Really?
Steal.
Shutting down.
So, where does this leave me?
Doesn't look good.
Yep, in jail. Oh, was Will Powers the one that sniffed and I was like...
Yes.
Yeah.
You're the only likely suspect right now.
Nick, what are we gonna do?
I don't know.
Oh, no.
First, we play for more time.
Ah, yes. The classic courtroom tactic of running the clock.
We'll start targeting someone else that could conceivably have done this. The assistant.
Right.
Right?
Right. And it'll take them so long to shoot us down that we can get another day.
Right. But if we pick the wrong person, we might lose on the spot. I'd say that the assistant.
Yeah, you don't sound very optimistic.
Even though she gave me no suspicious vibes, but...
Yeah. Like, there's no way she could have done it, but...
I'm not optimistic at all, actually.
Hey, Nick, it's time.
Okay, let's go.
To give me that fat... What? Oh! Oomph! Oomph! What does that mean? Please don't sigh like that.
Yuck!
Yuck!
Court will now reconvene for the trial of Mr. Will Powers. Mr. Edgeworth, will you present the prosecution's thoughts on this matter?
The prosecution's thoughts are simple.
She's an old bitch.
Yeah. Nothing has changed.
Are you sure about that?
The other person who went to the studios was a boy of roughly 10 years of age. The photo we do have may not be hard evidence, but there is still no one else who could have committed that crime. This crime. This crime, that crime. Here a crime, there a crime, everywhere a big crime.
Crime.
Crime. I call for a verdict of guilty for the defendant, Mr. Will Powers.
Very well, Mr. Wright, your thoughts? The defense disagrees with the prosecution's claims because she's a fucking bitch.
She's not the prosecution.
Edgeworth is a fucking edgy 13-year-old.
That would be a disaster.
That would be so rough. There is another person who could have committed this crime. Order? Interesting. Interesting order. Let us hear who you have in mind. However, Be aware that this court does not look kindly on accusing the innocent.
Mm-hmm.
If you accuse someone who is obviously innocent, you will be penalized.
Oh no! Please don't, Mr. Judge.
It's probably fucking
Anyways.
80.
Yeah.
Great. As if the stakes weren't high enough. Well, welcome to court.
Mm-hmm.
So who is this person other than Mr. Powers that could have committed the murder?
The assistant girl. Don't accuse the old security.
The boy. I mean, like the only logical one is the girl, because
Yeah. Because she's the only one that was in the staff area, right?
yeah, she was there and she has access to everything.
Oh, yeah.
It was the assistant. The steel samurai costume was in his dressing room. She stole it, and in doing so, she became the steel samurai. So you're saying the steel samurai in the picture is really the assistant? That's correct, Your Honor. Baseless claims.
If you're serious, you've got guts, Mr. Wright.
I got balls of steel.
Remember the photo?
Steel samurai.
Wasn't the steel samurai a little lame? He was dragging his foot. We don't call
I forgot that
people
was the
that
thing.
anymore. Wait.
Oh, uh-oh. Bad feeling time.
Uh-oh. No. Remember the testimony concerning Mr. Powers' injury?
Well, that's a triple explanation.
Oh!
Powers and poor Hammer were at the run-through. Oh, and me. Okay, so that's you.
Mm-hmm.
What about the assistant? Oh, her. She was cleaning up backdrops, I think.
Uh-oh.
Meaning she was there.
Were the backdrops in the employee area?
She didn't know about Powers' ankle.
Oh no, are the backdrops in the studio?
I don't know.
The assistant knew nothing of Mr. Powers' injury. She could look the steel samurai look with that costume.
That was a tongue twister.
That messed me up. But she couldn't walk the steel samurai walk. She wouldn't have limped.
It's a still frame, though. It's...
Oh, that kind of takes the legs out from under that case.
Can you at least care?
Bruh.
Mr. Wright, I'm afraid I have to penalize you as I warned.
What?
Fine.
Maybe
Nobody
she
knows
was in the studio.
the trouble I've seen.
Now that I think,
Maybe move on, Mr. Wright.
backdrops would be in the studio where they are filmed
Yeah.
against. Yeah.
But the murder was in the studio, so maybe she went all the way back. I guess it would be two
And then
pictures
she
then.
would. Yeah. Oh, we is stupid.
This fight isn't over yet. If you would, Your Honor, one more chance, please.
Bruh.
Very well, go ahead. So who is this person other than Mr. Powers that could have committed the murder? Well, then it's got to be the lady then. Because the boy wouldn't have been able to do it.
Oh, I don't know, Chief.
Well, because, if you know, it's...
I
She didn't
guess-
see anybody else.
Yeah.
Because there was no one else to see, because she's
And I
the only
guess-
security there.
I guess that would make it easy to claim the photo wasn't a boy, the photo was her, which is why she deleted it and
Yeah.
lied.
That's what I'm thinking. It was a security labor. Labor? Lady!
You have had a single IPA tonight.
I'm very tired. Windy old bag. Who? The steel samurai is dragging his leg in this picture. That means whoever was in the suit knew about that morning's injury. Maybe because they had been watching the action scene run through. There was only one person other than Powers and Hammer who knew about the injury. The security lady, old bag.
Old bag.
What? Whippersnapper. I think order. I think we hit the nail on the coffin there. Is this true? I was about to say Miss, even though Miss isn't there.
Nah, it's
Old
not.
bag. Old bag? That's Miss Old Bag. Jeez, yeah, I even corrected it for her.
Yeah.
Miss Old Bag was standing guard alone at the main gate. She was by herself. In other words, she has no alibi.
Well, this sure was the obvious choice.
She could have briefly left her post to steal the costume. Then slipped into Studio 1, the scene of the murder. Why would she go through all the trouble of wearing the Steel Samurai costume?
To not get caught, idiot.
Simple, Your Honor. She knew the camera at the gate would take her picture.
Mm-hmm.
Because she knows. If she was in his costume, she could point the finger at Mr. Powers. I see.
Best with those wide-ass eyes.
Excellent. Excellent deductive reasoning, Mr. Wright.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, right here. Sherlock Holmes 2, baby.
Bruh.
That's odd. Is this the part where Edgeworth pounces? Does he usually jump up with an I was gonna say accusation. Yes, I mean, same thing, I guess, but...
No.
Objection, some new
Incorrect.
damning evidence. Well, Mr. Edgeworth, does the prosecution have an opinion on this matter? Nope.
The prosecution has no meaningful objections at this time. Take her away.
I mean, honestly, he's probably like, get this bitch out
Get
of
her
my
out
fucking
of
court.
my fucking sight.
What? What's that supposed to mean? Oh, so you all think I did it? Is that it? Edgy boy, don't just sit there, do something.
You are vile.
That's my move. Maybe now's my chance to take this the whole way.
Press farther.
Give Granny a break.
No. She's a bitch. Bang.
The very same reasoning that makes Mr. Powers a suspect in this case can be used to cast doubt on Miss Oldbag's actions on that day. Yeah, because she said she had something to do that morning.
Mm.
But why would I do something so horrible to poor Hammer? Because you're a bitch. You forgot that Mr. Powers lacks a clear motive, too. Indeed. I mean, he was a fucking co-worker. You didn't hate him.
Yeah.
That did it. Not
Well,
why.
those aren't mutually exclusive.
Yeah, I guess. I mean, I guess when you're acting, sometimes you hate each other, but...
Mm-hmm.
Windbag is one of the suspects. No hard feelings, I hope. I mean, I don't think she liked you ever, so I mean...
Yeah.
Hard feelings are constant, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Wait just a minute. What about the other person who went into the studio? The boy. The one whose photo I erased. Well, obviously we can't fucking find that out.
The small child.
He's only a grade schooler, though, as you said. 2nd or 3rd grade, was it? That doesn't matter. When I was that age, I could pin my old man in 10 seconds tops.
Bruh.
Your thoughts, Mr. Wright? That boy's not the killer. What? How could you be so sure? Oh. Or is it to be nice to the kids and mean to your elders today, whippersnapper? I have proof.
Oh?
What proof? Proof? Indeed.
That's fucking news to me, Phoenix.
Then let's see this proof, Mr. Wright. You have proof that shows the boy could not have committed this murder? Well, you can't get into the studio without the card key, I guess.
But did we already... Where's the grate?
We don't have a picture of the grate.
Okay. And he was found murdered in the studio, right?
She mended the spear with duct tape. She was the one that already had the murder weapon. Because she fixed it.
Where was Powers' body?
In Studio
Or
1.
not Powers, it was...
In Studio 1. Are you talking, well, Hammer's body?
Yeah, Hammer's body.
In Studio 1.
Oh, okay.
Past the gate.
And where was the drain?
The drain is in the employee area.
So I'm thinking present the map.
Maybe. Well, let's try it.
Because the boy cannot
This is my
have
proof.
gone...
I can't see this has anything to do with this matter. Mr. Wright, there aren't many pieces of evidence in the court record. Please try not to pick the wrong ones.
Bruh.
I'll ask again. Oh, I actually didn't take a hit for that.
Good.
I'm thinking it's either the spear or the card.
I suppose suppose the card key.
The scene of the moida.
The scene of the moida, as we all know.
The scene of the murder, as we all know, was Studio 1. However, you need a card key to enter Studio 1. Yeah, and we got it from her desk.
Mm-hmm.
Which, I don't know why we
Yeah.
still had that, but... How could a boy with no formal relation to the studios have a card key? I see. Well, that would... Would the witness care to comment on this?
So it was the same point, but from a different angle of the story. Like,
Murph!
Murph.
I mean, how would you say that?
No, the exact same way.
Exactly.
Well, in all fairness, I wouldn't say that because that's dumb.
Speechless. This has got to be a first. Very well. This court will suspend proceedings on the current trial for today. Mr. Edgeworth, please find out more about your witness, Miss Windy. What was her name?
Did you just say your wetness? Please don't find out more about that. Something old bag, Your Honor. Something.
Then the prosecution will look further into this old bag before we continue. That is all. This court is adjourned. Get the fuck out of my room.
Yeah, get out of here. Oh boy.
Wait a second. I'm not going to just sit here while you run off barking up the wrong tree, me. I'm talking.
Oh great, stop the presses. The windbag wants to talk.
They must have had a lot of fun animating this.
Yeah.
Miss Old Bag? What is all this about? I didn't read that right. Have you omitted something from your testimony? Actually, if you must know, there's something I was told not to talk about. Bruh. Not to talk about?
By whom?
Huh.
By whomst?
I mean, it wasn't Edgeworth who told her not to talk. Well, yeah, because Edgeworth clearly hasn't known, like, anything that she's been saying.
Yeah.
Well, testify.
Yeah.
Do the thing. My lips were sealed.
Okay.
Global Studios wanted me to keep quiet about something. There were some other people at the studios on the day of the murder.
Bruh.
They said they had nothing to do with it, see? What? I mean, unless you signed like an NDA that you would have to like remiss in court, then yeah, I get that, but you didn't sign anything.
Yeah, definitely.
Kinda need to know. So they told me to just pretend they hadn't been at the studios that day. Wait, if you're going to go accusing me, I'm not letting them get away scot-free. Then say it! Miss Old Bag? This is crucial information. Why did you keep this from the court until now? Ain't you been listening?
Oh my god.
They told me to shut my trap, but I always do what I'm told. Yeah,
No,
she did.
you fucking don't.
Well, it's just, yeah, she actually didn't even say that. And I'm like, no, this isn't a bad dream, Your Honor. Witness the power of the old bag. But, Mr. Wright, your cross-examination.
Oh, Yangi.
Yeah, he's like, well, it's like, coming to my fucking courtroom. Okay, what? So you were told not to talk. That's right, we're the studio and the TV bigwigs, no less.
Why didn't I hear about this?
Don't be too hard on yourself, Sonny. We were all in on it.
Bruh.
Okay. Who? Who are these people? Well, the director and the producer for starters. The director?
We should have known something was fishy. How could they have done a run-through of their action scene without a director?
Yeah, I mean, that makes sense.
Of course.
Yes, well, I was surprised no one asked about it.
So I kept my mouth shut like an asshole.
So, where were these people then? Just doing the fucking scream.
Edward Monk's The Scream.
The director was with the employer all morning for the run-through. Okay, this picture doesn't really show it, but... He joined the producer around lunchtime and they had a meeting after that. Well, I mean, I guess the employee area, of course, they got lunch there.
Where?
Oh, it's the Studio 2 trailer. Studio 2? There was a Studio 2? Yeah. It was the one that was, like, broken down or whatever.
Blocked off?
Yeah, it's blocked off. Well, if you look at the guide map, here it is. You go through the gate and all the way to the left. Yeah, and there was a tree in the way. The path where the monkey's head has fallen over. I mean, I still refuse to believe that's a monkey, but...
Yeah.
Well, Mr. Wright, would you like to continue the cross-examination? I think I've already asked all my questions. I don't really... What else can we ask?
Yeah. Like, that picture... We don't have evidence that shows it was blocked, right?
No, and we just have it as, like, a core memory. I don't know what else to do.
Yeah.
Your Honor? We have learned there were others at Global Studios on the day in question. The director and the producer and some bigwigs were all present. Yet as we stand here, they have not been questioned. I hold that it is impossible to declare a verdict on the defendant, Mr. Powers. The court acknowledges the defense's point. The prosecution will gather more information about the witness, Miss Oldbag, and more information about these other people we have just been told of.
I understand, Your Honor.
This ends the day's proceedings in the trial of Mr. Will Powers. That is all. This court is adjourned. For real this time.
Yeah, for realsies and truesies.
Hopefully. Ben?
Yeah. Oh my... Not yet. Bruh.
Oh my... Defendant lobby number 3. 1:04 p.m. Damn, we've been there for fucking another 2 hours.
Yeah. Thank you so much, Mr. Wright. I was right to ask you to defend me.
Thank you, Wright. It was right.
Yeah, right. Aw, really, it's nothing. That's the noise a grin makes, right?
I guess.
Oh, or should I...
What are you, snorting coke?
Yeah. In celebration.
We'll be going down to the studios to do some more investigating. We have to find out more about this director and producer. They'll be turning up at the next trial as witnesses for certain. So that's my chance to get material for the cross-examination.
So, Nick, have we figured out just who it was in that steel samurai costume?
No, we can't see their face.
Could it really have been old Windbag?
No. What do you think, Mr. Powers?
I don't think it was her, really. Neither do I, Nick.
Yeah, I know. Look, I was just buying time back there. Someone had to be the bad guy for a bit to take the pressure off Mr. Powers.
Poor old Windbag. I kind of feel sorry for her.
You definitely did not fucking seem that way in the trial.
You definitely had that bruh face.
Yeah, look at this bitch.
Yeah.
Well, she wasn't winning any points in there. With or without my accusation. Okay, let's get down to the studios.
Right, we'll be back to visit you soon. Thanks. Thanks, guys. Oh no. I like giving each character their own sniff that's not a sniff.
To be continued. Yet another to be continued. Not at the end of an episode.
But it's close enough. So it'll be Jesus Christ. So it'll be to
by
be
the time you figure that sentence out.
Next time on Controller Brigade. God damn, that was a chore. Thank you for
Thanks for watching.
Bye.